He say, you know, Asian. Hey, dude got gangsta on Asian. I say, damn. Dude tough as hell. What? Niggas be tough.
For real, like, stop.
He mean.
Yeah, she been doing it the whole show. I'm not mean. I just have rules.
What I look for in a man in
mean.
that's the
Excuse me? I'm not mean at all.
Okay, I don't care. It don't matter. I can say what I want.
Chill out, bro.
Listen, don't do my baby like
Nah,
that.
you can go.
Chill. She ain't gotta
You're not
go.
gonna come on the platform disrespect.
I don't want to be this mean.
Please, if you ever do an interview with me, please don't get tough on me, cause I don't got no probation. Like, I ain't got no probation, no none of that. I don't be thinking, like, my mind, I'm impulsive as I know it be looking like I got under control and I'm smart, but if I see people or if I, like, just be so fast, I don't think of the consequences, all type. So it's like, please don't say nothing crazy if you interviewing me.
Listen,
He's hot. I'm calm.
No, I'm very calm, but it's like, you gotta show a little bit of respect on the platform.
It's cool, bro.
I say you mean. It is what it is. What you want me to say? You mad about I said mean? You grown as hell.
Well,
Yeah, well.
okay.
I don't
right?
give a
Okay, well, you show too.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't have to.
Don't leave, please.
I won't. He want a moment. Get a slap.
Good. Let's keep going, bro. We
I
alright.
wanna leave.
We alright. We good.
Cause I'ma get up and hit you right in the interview. I swear to God on my mama. I'ma get up and hit it. If y'all hold me to this, before I walk out of the interview, I'm gonna get up and hit him right in his. Fine, whatever, we taking the charge, whatever the case. If you say something that make me feel like I gotta walk out, it's like, I'm gonna hit you in your time. Now, we not even professionals no more. We not even be in business no more. You feel like you street, I feel like I'm street. You wanna be petty, let's see who more petty. I'm gonna punch you right in your at your building. This is not my building. I don't give a about this platform. They could shut this down, all that. I don't give a boy, your better be the professional in your building and your platform, and you better act like you care about this. What? Burn your building down, boy. You better act like you care about this. What? I'm gonna hit you right in your like. Talk to me nicely. If you invite me to your talk to me nicely. That's it. We ain't gotta beef. You ain't gotta. You know what I'm saying? You can ask any question you want, but you is not. I swear to God, any interviewer make me feel like I'm finna walk out, I'm gonna punch him in the before I walk out on my mama. I swear to God. And I'm taking whatever come with it. What? My gonna punch in your. I'm riding with DJ. Y'all better go ask the hood or whoever about DJ. You can't. You just get him too mad, he gonna hit you in your. He gonna knock you out. No, we ain't talking. We not that quiet on mute in that mother. Not answering nothing. Just man, punch you in your. He gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you in your. We gonna be in that lit. What? Got a stunt for sure. Let her play me in the interview. So you can ask your little questions. Ask what you. I know you finna ask wild. I know it. But as soon as you go to acting like you a thug and trying to get out of pocket, all that, I'ma hit you in. That was my problem with police. I got that. Go look at my record, my file. I got that charge on my record 3 times for hitting police. 3 different times. I got that charge. I was charged with that. Like, well, you be in jail. The police will tell you, shut up. Anything like, shut up. Boy, you crazy as police get the line. Get the you better talk to me nicely. I'm none of these in this. You better be, hey, Jack, could you get in line? Or however, could you get in line, sir? Oh, yeah, sir.
I don't care. He said, I don't know who she is. I don't care. It's simple. And they got me. That's why it's a long ass pause. And they got me saying, damn. First of all, I ain't no finna ever sit in front of me and say, I don't know who you is. I would say, bitch ass, I don't know who you is. That's exactly what I said. He said, oh, I don't care. I don't, because everybody was excited to see me. Everybody excited to see me. I come in, I'm shy, I'm chilling. Everybody drinking. I'm like, give me a cup too. Give me a cup, I'm chilling right there. So when the first situation happened, he like, oh, I don't care. I don't know her. I said, I don't know who the fuck you is either. What you talking about? Goofy ass said it just like that. They edit that out to the point where he was checking her about some small shit, and that's what made me say, damn. Cause when I first came in, I've never in my life said amongst nobody and they disrespect no bitch, like ever. Even the guys that I have around me, like the guys, my brothers, all my homeboys and shit. These don't even care to argue with bitches. I've never seen one of the guys I've been around argue with no bitch.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Nerd Chronicles. This is your host, the socially awkward nerd, Chris and Paul, has entered the building once again. And I have been seeing a lot of insane craziness on social media literally going on as far back as a couple weeks ago, from the situation with the rehash beef between Asian Doll, you know, the basically the young woman that basically used to date the late King Von, and I know she's a rapper as well, that basically saw the whole deal. They had one of her fans actually just came by and saw a clip of her being on the Freshman podcast about a few years ago, and she actually discussed her side of the story. It actually really went down, and since then Myron Gaines has been very irritated, and he's been very bitchy, and he's been acting literally an ass, so much so that instead of actually letting the stuff go and literally moving on and actually doing his own thing and going through his own stuff, he brings her back into the conversation, basically belittles her, you know, calls her the whole hood rat and all this other stuff. And that's when shit literally hit the fan and shit really literally went downhill.
Fuck Asian Doll. She garbage too. Is that alien shit? Is Miami real?
It's not real.
Alien stuff now, right?
It was kids with some fireworks.
Yeah.
That got, like, I guess, called upon the cops on, and like basically they were trying to set off fireworks in public.
Yeah. Now, for some of you guys that are wondering, you know, why Twitter's set ablaze right now, Asian Doll posted our interaction from 2 years ago on her Twitter.
She wanted clout.
And she wanted, yeah, because that was her biggest moment of her fucking career. And she wanted some, I guess maybe she has some music out, or maybe her OnlyFans isn't hitting like it used to, or some shit like that. But yeah, she put that out. So I responded, you know, because she said some bullshit about, oh yeah, I was there with 15 goons and he wasn't gonna do nothing. He ran in his room, blah, blah, blah. Yeah,
that's true.
That's why she only had 2 dudes here, number 1. Number 2, and a chick, and I showed the picture of that on Twitter. And then I went to the bathroom, right, to go piss, and I went to go grab my piece, and if they weren't gonna leave, there were gonna be problems. So this is Florida, man. This is a stand your ground state. It's a castle doctrine state. That's my work/place of business. So I told her to get the fuck out. They didn't want to leave, so I went and I came back out, and they were gone, like fucking, you know, the little cockroaches that they are. So they left. So it is what it is. She's gonna talk tough on the internet, whatever, but you know, this is typical, you know, hood rat female behavior. They'll go ahead and talk tough, and bark, and then they'll go ahead and get one of their homies or one of their guys put into a situation that isn't good, and then, you know, they'll run away. So it's like, she's saying that dumb shit because she's not the one that's gonna have to deal with the responsibility. It was the 2 idiots that were with her that were gonna have to probably deal with some problems. So they left though, intelligently enough. So it is what it is, man. You ain't gonna go to someone's podcast or the crib and be like, oh, I ain't leaving. Get the fuck out of here. Nigga, like, what do you think this is? like, I'm not here to fuck around. So when I came back out and they were gone, I was like, oh, well, good for them. But it was gonna be some very serious problems if they didn't leave. This is Florida. So.
And then I see another clip of a young woman that came from TPUSA who was actually a Trump supporter. And she actually posted herself a video of her basically baking cake. Very modest clothing, very modest outfit, you know. Basically has very big melons, which is actually normal, natural size and everything. And then all of a sudden, social media, especially within like the mainstream red pill community and the general manosphere of sorts, has basically went ablaze, especially with those trad con wives, quote unquote, if you will, that have some huge issues based on what the woman is actually wearing, and what they call her the cake girl, if you will. I believe her name was Isabel, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember her full name fully, but Isabel basically was just making the cake, literally just posting up for friends and family, and all of a sudden it literally became a shit show with her literally over her dress attire on what really went down. So if she chooses to wear a sweatshirt, like a loose sweatshirt or like a baggy sweatshirt of sorts, they are basically claiming that she's obese, overweight. But if it's like tight clothing that's fully covered, mind you, there's no outside showing, there's no cleavage showing, like no any type of visuality is shown whatsoever, you know, all of a sudden it's like a huge issue now, right? Now, if the same women came by and actually had that same showing based on, you know, one of those manosphere podcasts that came by and they profit off of it, nobody would be saying a thing. But because she's doing it by herself with no intent to really trying to show out with cleavage that way, or even just wear like a very decent t-shirt, you know, basically with the breast sticking out, even though they have like a bra covering in between, right? Clearly a bra covering in between. All of a sudden that's the issue. You know what I'm saying? So it bothers me out that these folks that want to promote high value this and high value that, you know, and modesty in some forms of ways, you know, y'all doing and saying, hey, these are the ways I actually prefer modesty, but yet you bring out like little whores like this, really trying to show off all your abs and everything to try and sell you the top 20% and all these things. You literally being hypocritical, Lily, at that moment. You know what I mean? Like you promote all this high value stuff, but yet you bring an element that doesn't even like show positive imagery when it comes to actually being a high value person, actually like regaining your morals, which is what I find mainly hypocritical towards a lot of these pseudo red pill gurus. And that literally disgusts me, and that literally sickens me down to the core. Yes, according to the pseudo red pill guru definition of a high value man, obviously he would have to be making 6 figures, minimum $100,000 a year. Basically, he's got to be showing off that he got a 6-pack to actually show all the bros and show that he's the top 1% or whatever fucking type of stuff that he's mainly doing. And he's got to be literally boning about 50 women, you know, according to pseudo Myron here in his definition. And there's like some other definitions where Cameron Chambers to describe as a high value man. They gotta be like having linking capital in a way where they're linked up with other high value men as well, which they gotta be making 6 figures consistently for about 5-6 years of income, not even fully about net worth, not even fully about terms of wealth, and all these other things. That would be the main requirement to deal with that. But on the other side of things, when it comes to that lifestyle, comes with responsibility. It comes with solving very complex problems. It comes with trying to be as utmost professional as they could possibly be. And even they could have like a lot of pressure in itself, basically a lot of responsibility, a lot of pressure, a lot of time management that comes with the situation, which could bring literally a lot of stress that comes by within the job. And each and every high value man may make those mistakes because he has a lot on his plate, literally down to the T. So much so that he don't really have no time to be bickering and bitching on social media and actually going through all this crazy nonsense, because he's way too focused, and he takes all his primary jobs and primary orders precedence over everything else. And that's what like a lot of these dimwits up in the general manager, they mainly don't see. Now, I've known people, and I understand there are thousands upon thousands of people living in New York City and the immediate suburbs that actually make over $100,000 a year, but yet they're still literally trying to scrape by day by day by day, learn that they're literally one check away from literally being homeless. You know what I'm saying? I've seen these types of people before. I've witnessed those types of people before. Even those that make about $80,000, $90,000 a year, but live like in modest homes with like very small grass, but they don't have like the big backyard or even like the wooded area or anything like that. Those are like reserved for the extremely ultra high value people that make about minimum $400,000, $500,000 a year at minimum, but on average can make about $1 to $2 million a year in net worth, or even with like a very high working income salary. But even that comes with a lot of responsibility, that comes with a lot of time management, and it comes with a lot of time consumption. And not only that, they also have to literally focus up on their image, on who they literally bring around their circle. All right, they don't focus more up on the women that they have like the big cleavages here in and out. And yeah, I know there's some people that actually are on the top 1% that actually have those people in because they're making profits out of them. But when it comes to these complex jobs, when it comes with certain business jobs, or when it comes with analytical or engineering jobs, they know very well who they put on social media and who they don't put on social media. They actually are very, very concise, and they are very, very careful and concerning on who they say literally up in front of the camera, literally towards the general public, like I'm discussing with you guys right now. They're basically concerned on what they say, how they say it. They're concerned with what names they actually come by. They have to be concerned and not literally try to belittle people, because that could potentially taint their image, that could potentially take their business, that could literally potentially take their brand as well. And what's a lot of these little bozos up in the manosphere mainly don't see. You know, you literally belittling women, calling them sluts, whores, bitches, hood rats, dots and everything. But yet you bring these same types of women out there that you claim that they are, bring them up on the podcast, you know, and basically try to belittle them on that, so that you could be able to actually present to your audience, your incel audience, basically jack off material. You know what I'm saying? So that you'll be able to actually come by, get more subs, get more money, get more super chats, and mainly actually keep your business going. You know what I mean? So that you'll be able to have like a survival up in the long run, because you don't really have that much experience. You don't even have that much clout up per se, or even personal experience when it comes to personal relationships and literally the whole 9 yards. So you rely on having OnlyFans models, porn stars, let me try to even say that, like literally up in porno shoots, you know, doing these types of things, you know, triple X-rated movie stars, these types of things, right? Those type of stuff that actually mainly come about, you bring them over here as eye candy towards the viewers, in the hopes that they'll be able to actually super chat your stuff, and in the hopes that they'll be able to literally follow your code and actually get sucked into your cult. Whereas up in the real world, it doesn't really fully operate in that way. And what's if a business, if an HR rep, or even your boss sees you up in social media, you know, doing all these things that Myron Gaines is doing all this stuff that Rollo Tomasi is doing, or whatever type of red pill group they have, like calling certain women whores and belittling them literally down to the T, they'll see that, they'll pull you up in your office, and they'll get you out of your job literally just like that. And you're gonna be literally up in the unemployed line, literally trying to fight for another job, in which right now the market is extremely hard and it's extremely cutthroat, with people of hundreds of thousands of applicants that are just literally trying to look to just go by, just to actually look for a simple interview, just to interview that company, go through rounds and rounds of interview clearance and all this other cutthroat process that they mainly have to deal with all over again in this cutthroat job market that we literally have right now, just to make 6 figures a year. You know, they don't even talk about that type of stuff, literally trying to compete for that job. You know what I'm saying? They thinking that 6 figures a year, you know, 6-pack abs, capping up them not cheeks, is everything required just for a man to literally be happy. But unfortunately, that's not exactly the case. Juicy! You know, not exactly the case at all. In fact, I know people who are actually excelling in their jobs right now, have successful careers, you know, who are extremely smart academically, you know, who makes a well-earning of over 6 figures a year. And behind the scenes, they're literally shitty people. They're assholes. They're asswipes. They're clear-cut fuck faces, man, that treat other people like shit. You know, behind the scenes, their internal workings of their social life is shit. You know what I mean? Behind the scenes, they're dealing with internal turmoil in their relationships where they're dealing with divorces. And they may have to deal with like giving away half of their earnings. You know what I mean? High paying job at all, you know.
I learned a lesson. The way how you cheat on your
What the fuck are you talking about?
It ain't nothing, it's okay.
What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you even talking about right now? Huh?
Why are you trying to get visual?
What are you talking about? Again, before like you try to like talk shit about me, it's like, why are you like, I know you for real in real life.
There's entrepreneurs right now that have social struggles as well, you know, that deal with these types of voices and having to give away half their shit and half their earnings as well. You know, there are entrepreneurs that are like playalistic mindsets that earn a shit ton of money, but deep down they may not be fulfilled. And there are some that are fulfilled, that have quality relationships and that actually are successful on all levels of life. You know what I'm saying? And there are some that, you know, some people have low-paying jobs. There's some men that have low-paying jobs, and I'm basically focusing on men right now, on these things. They have quality relationships. They have stable families and stable homes. There are some that have, like, they make money over under 6 figures a year, that make money in the 50,000, 60,000 a year range, and they be bagging women left and right. You know what I'm saying? They be having serious relationships really left and right. Getting women that are older than them, getting women that are younger than them, and they're actually having like successful, fulfilling relationships as we speak. And there are some that make that type of money that are extremely well socially, and they're extremely well off social, literally up in their lives as well. So what I'm saying to y'all is this: there's no one size fits all thing. You know what I mean? You making a killing in academics does not equal you making a killing up in your job. Does not equal you making a killing up in your social life, even up in your sex life.
Sexual healing.
Right? They're all independent of literally one another. And yes, when it comes with the women, I get they have their own concerns with women as well, and I fully understand that. They have their own issues as well, and some of them are extremely arrogant, thinking that their career and all this other stuff is really gonna get them by and automatically gonna get them a man, and that's not automatically gonna get them a case either. You know, if they have like shitty mouths, they have shitty attitudes, all these other things, they're gonna get wrecked too, and they're gonna actually learn the hard way, basically what a relationship is mainly about, and they'll literally be up in the suffrage line, you know, basically following the Kevin Samuels mantra of buying dogs and dying alone. You know what I mean? They have those issues as well. But in the reality sense of things, when it comes to these whole ordeals, when it comes to folks, why certain people up in the manosphere and some hardcore feminists are literally acting ass the way they do, it all stems from unhealed trauma, all stems from jealousy, all stems from trauma based on what they endured mainly up in their lives, and they are basically mainly salty that someone else is actually minding their business, literally living their life, whether it's a man or a woman, you know, just actually doing this thing, and that other person up behind the scenes actually being extremely salty just because in their minds, you know, that person literally looking better than them, that person actually just living that better life, I gotta take that motherfucker down. You know what I'm saying? That's when we're seeing all that jealousy, all that built up hatred, just because they want what they can't have. And it stems from that ego, it stems from that trauma that they've literally yet to heal, that they've really yet to actually deal with therapy on, whether it's a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? And I will basically leave these things at that. I'm telling you, up in the practical sense, up in the real world, that true high value men, you know, true high quality men, based on character. And I'm gonna finish it off with this, you know. For you to actually be truly happy, you gotta make sure that you have the quality relations mainly around you, whether it's with family, with friends, or even your girlfriend, your wife. You have to make sure that those relationships are pure quality and not of quantity. And they make sure they impact your life up in a positive mindset, and you appreciate the thorough finer things in life. And appreciate all the simplest, deeper things up in life. You know, so that you'll be able to actually appreciate that person literally down the line, enjoy the quality and care of those people mainly around you, and actually fully hold you accountable literally down the line. And before you know it, time will quickly fly faster than you think, and before you know it, you up here literally up in your deathbed thinking, dang, man, this is some crazy stuff, you know. It's more so focusing on the quality of your relationships and the quality of what you're doing, the quality of support, actually going for your goals and what you enjoy doing, rather than actually just focus on chasing materialistic shit. And with that, Chris and Paul for the Nerd Chronicles is signing out. And I didn't forget about the whole the Boss Space situation either. They're not off the hook.
Get stoned!